Okay, so it's 8th of May, and I want to talk about the financial system, the economy. I think what's happening right now, what's going to happen right now in the coming 3 to 5 years, it's going to be the biggest opportunity in my lifetime. One of the biggest. That's what I'm thinking. And I think it was in Mars. From what I was reading from Gregor Manarino, Michael Panto, and Keith McCullough from Hedgeye, I was thinking that the market is going to crash even more than they're doing today. And it's the biggest, if not the biggest opportunity in my lifetime, it's going to be a big one. And I wanted to have the confidence to navigate it. So I subscribed to Hedgeye's outlook to gain the confidence that I need to navigate this, because I'm not a professional in financial markets. So yeah, from what I was reading from them, like big stuff are happening right now. Like from one of the things I understood was that earnings went from 7%. Earnings growth went from 7% to 0, and energy prices like oil and gas are like extremely high. They spiked to extremely high levels, and that means higher manufacturing costs for the companies and also high food prices, which means more of the income of people like you and I are going towards energy, transportation, and food, and less money for everything else. In the meantime, manufacturing costs are increasing for companies, so that spells like really, really bad for the economy. And another thing I was reading that we are, yes, double-digit inflation, but on a relative basis we're disinflating. So inflation is slowing on a relative basis from a high level, and economies and the earnings growth are slowing down. So economy is basically slowing, and the bomb above all this is like that the Federal Reserve, because they're thinking that inflation is increasing still right now, they want to raise rates and do quantitative tightening, basically removing liquidity from the system, I think it means. And that's fucking dangerous. Something's gonna break in the market, from what I read from those reports, and that is an opportunity of a lifetime. So that's why ever since I read that, actually, it's a funny thing happened. I went short on Nasdaq 100 by first mini futures. There's a dead cat bounce right now on Nasdaq 100. Well, I went short prior to the cat bounce, and I placed my level like I think it was 40,700, 900. I was thinking it's impossible. If we get a bounce, I don't think for my life that we're gonna go this high in the bounce and then down again. But see what happened. We did that cat bounce, and so I got knocked out on that short. I lost all that money. I lost I think 13,000 crowns. But after that, I removed the risk from getting knocked out by buying warrants, short warrants on Nasdaq 100, and I took the time frame to December. So I can't get knocked out by price fluctuations in the same way right now. And when it went down, and so I went down with. So when it went down, right now I recuperated all the losses I made from shorting Nasdaq 100 prior to the dead cat bounce. But yeah, that was painful to do that actually. And I'm gonna keep shorting until we reach level 12,000 or something. Then I'm gonna sell, and then if we get a bounce again, I'm gonna short again with everything I got. Yeah, so interesting times. Another thing I'm thinking is like we have double-digit inflation right now, and this is interesting because raising rates and doing what's the tightening is gonna break the financial system. Like if they don't stop, if they continue to do so, they're gonna break stuff. And if I don't think they're gonna break it completely. They're gonna break some parts of it, but they're not gonna break it all because if they do break it all, I mean, banks gonna collapse. Like 100 millions of savings accounts wiped out. Doesn't matter if you're fortune or if you're tiny small savings account. It's gonna be wiped out. It's gonna go to zero, disappear into the night. Doesn't matter if you have Swedish crown, yen, uh, USD, dollars, or yuan. Like it's gonna cease to exist. 2008 all over again. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Like prior to the things really breaking, like they're gonna do 180 and to quantitative easing infinity again, key infinity. And when that happens, you want to own real assets like commodities, gold, silver, Bitcoin, stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking because they're not gonna sacrifice the bond markets, break stuff, and wipe out savings accounts all over the world. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna sacrifice the currency. So that means high prices for food. The cost of living is gonna just increase. So cash is trash, and when that happens, cash is gonna be crash. Trash, cash is gonna be trash in the long term. So you want to own real stuff. You don't want to own paper claims on things. You don't want to own paper claims on real assets. You want to like own the real asset, like ownership. That's what you want. That's one thing. And I think throughout all this, the market crashes and hyperinflation is going to happen. Opportunity of a lifetime. This is not going to happen. Maybe it can happen one more time before I die, but it will only happen like one or two times in my life. So biggest opportunity. It's opportunity of a lifetime. I think if I play my hard cards right, I can be a big millionaire after it. And I don't own like a lot right now. I maybe own. I think I own like 90,000 crowns with everything included. But the thing is, I have loans that I have to repay, so technically not 90,000. But I can become a millionaire just by I can get 1 million crowns if I play all my cards right throughout all these crises, and I'm gonna play it that way. So yeah. So right now I'm short Nasdaq with warrants, 50,000 crowns right now. And it's either gonna be the stupidest thing I've done in my life up to this point, or it's the absolute smartest things I've done. But I'm thinking like fortune favors the brave. That's what I think. And yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And somehow through all this, I'm gonna create a company and I'm gonna fulfill all my potential. That's what I want. I want to live a prosperous life. I want to be successful, and I want to do something that I love, fulfill my potential. And that's what I'm gonna do, and that's why I'm 50,000 crowns short Nasdaq 100 right now. I've recuperated all the losses I did from the dead cat bounce short that I did earlier, and I think I have more gains to do. So yeah, interesting times we live in. Economy is collapsing, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna get rich on this economic collapse. That's what I plan to do at least. Yeah. Peace out.